Welcome racers to part 2 of the operators ranked from best to worst. This is going to be part 2, 25th to 1st. Now if you haven't seen part 1, I recommend going to see it first to see 57th to 26th. But right now, if you want to see this one, then we're going to start off here. So the first one that I'm ranking for 25th is Ella. Now Ella gets 25th place just because her weapon's not as good as it used to be, but her ability is like pretty balanced, because it stuns you when you get through the door, and it like makes you all like drunk, I guess that is a better way, because your vision is very like blurry and stuff. So that gives everyone an advantage to kill you and end you as fast as they can. So she has an amazing shotgun. So basically Ella has a good weapon set, good ability, but you can't really make her go any higher because of her gun. It's not as good as it used to be. If they kept her the way she was in the beginning, even though it was very OP, she'd probably be really higher than she is now. But I think they should make her recoil just a little bit less, and she might be better. So I did think of a good scenario where if you put Ella, Malusi, a frost trap, a cap can, and a leash in one door, you're dead. So in that way, it helps a lot. So that's why she gets that placement. Next is Captal in 24th place. Now Captal is in 24th for the sole reason that his guns are like one of the best guns in the game. His LMG is like really good. His main weapon is alright. I think what he lacks is probably just like utility, because he only gets 2 fire things and 2 smoke things maybe. And half the time they're not as accurate because people just run away and not get caught into it. So, and then he has flashes for utility. So he's a pretty good operator when it comes to utility stuff, but I think he might need more utility to make him a better operator. He does help the team, but not as much as all the other operators in the game. So that's why he gets 24th. Next we have Valkyrie in 23rd. Now, her Deagle is one of probably the best pistol in the game. Her main weapon, it's alright. It's way better if you had angle grip on it, so that's why she's in this placement. With the angle grip, it's like godly. So that's good. But she mostly gets the spot for her cameras. As long as you don't ping on the cameras. I mean, in some scenarios you can ping, because I've done it. I pinged on the cameras before and they didn't even notice where the hell they were. So if you put the Valkyries in a good spot, it works like that. It works pretty good to ping if you put it in really good spots. But I'm guessing the smarter the player is, the more they know about the map and the more they know about the Valkyrie cameras. So just don't ping in general to be very good with Valkyrie. So yeah, but her ability basically helps the team get extra cameras to look around the map for the attackers, which is very helpful in the long run when you're going against like a 5v1 or a 1v5. Like if you're the last one left in your Valkyrie against a 1v5, you need those cameras to stay and survive. So don't ping on the cameras to make Valkyrie survive the longest. And if you don't ping, then Valkyrie is a really good operator to use. So that's why I put it in 23rd. But she's just not as good as everyone else. So that's why.
Maybe.
So
probably.
In 22nd we have IQ. Now IQ gets 22nd solely because of her guns being really good, and her pistol being alright, but her ability I mean helps the team, but doesn't really help the team that much. It just you can't track frost traps. You can only track Kapkans and Jaegers and utility like those. You can't. I don't think you can track frost traps. So for that reason, she gets 22nd place and doesn't get any higher than what she is right now. If she was able to like track more things and was actually a little bit more helpful to the team, then that would make her a little higher. But right now she's helpful, but not as helpful as everyone else. So that's why. Alright, next we have Nomad. Now, Nomad is only helpful when defusing the bomb, because she can put the Nomads on all the doors and everything else, in spots to where defenders can't even see them. Like, you can only put the Nomad on top of a door, so when they go in, they can't even shoot them. So that in that way, it's really good. I mean, you can put it on the ceiling, because I think, or in some ceilings you can put it on, and it'll work really well, because I think it has a really good like range of where it gets like where the attacker gets, when the defender gets blown back from into the, like, they get pushed back, and it has a really good range of that pushing back thing. So Nomad gets that placement because she has really good guns, really good ability, but it's only helpful when defusing the bomb and when and for flanks. So she's not as good as a team player as some other operators in the game. So that's why she's in that placement. Next you have Wamai. Now Wamai kind of is a better Jaeger in my opinion, but his guns are not as good as Jaeger, so that's why Jaeger's higher and Wamai is lower. You'll see Jaeger later in the video. Yeah, so when you see Jaeger, I'll go into complete detail of why I think Jaeger's better than Wamai, because Jaeger just has better weapons, I think, in my opinion, than Wamai. That's why Wamai gets 20th place. But his ability is way better than Jaeger's, because it has a better range and better like way of getting in the grenades exploded. The only thing is he doesn't get really higher because he destroys all the utility that's around him when that thing goes boom. So that's why he's not any higher than what he is. But he is a good operator. Now Twitch gets 19th. Now they did nerf her a lot, but as long as you control the gun, her gun's still really good. You just gotta control it to the best of its ability to actually make it a really good gun. If you let it do its recoil thing, it won't do you justice at all. So, and the fact that they make her solely for shooting cameras is way better than for her shooting teammates. So for that reason, I think that's why for that reason she gets 19th place. Now I didn't mention this with Nomad earlier, but she is getting a buff for where the operators, the defenders get pushed back and lose fire health when they get blown through the wall. Once that happens, I might make her higher, but for right now it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not gonna make her higher yet. So anyways, we got Mozzie gets 8th, most because his guns are like really good. His other main weapon, not the commando but the other one, is okay, but they're both pretty good. Mainly, his main reason why he gets 18th is because of his ability. It's really helpful, but I kind of wish you could go outside with them maybe, but I don't know if that would be breaking like to the game. I don't know if that would break the game, but it might. You never know. But I kind of wish you can do a little bit more with the drones, and maybe like control Echo's drone, maybe, and able to like move that into different spots. I wish you could do more with Mozzie than what you can do with him right now, and that would make him a better operator if you can do more with his drone ability. That would be good. Now, next we have Jackal. They made Jackal a bit worse in the recent update, so that's why I get 17th instead of like the top 10. So, but he has like one of the best guns in the game. Best like one of the best like shotgun in the game for like just like making holes and angles. And then the only thing he's really lacking is a breach charge, and that fact that his ability got a little bit worse with the new update. I don't know why they got rid of his breach charge. I would add the breach charge back and save his ability to what he is right now, because right now he's a good operator, but he just needs something different than a claymore and spoken hands. I wish he had his breach charge back. That'd make him so much better operator. So next we have, at the Jackal we have Caveira. His counter, basically, one of his counters. Mute was the other counter at the Jackal, but Caveira is only a counter because when she puts on that silent step, the Jackal thing goes away, I'm pretty sure. But she gets this placement mostly because of her pistol being really like a 2-shot pistol, and the fact that her gun is a pretty good gun, but and the fact that her ability could basically end the game when you're like, if it's like a 2v5 and all of a sudden Caveira finds the whole team and starts interrogating one by one, it's over. You're done. You won the game basically if you can do that. So the fact that Caveira can change the game like that is the fact that she gets this placement of 16th. But there's 15 other operators or 16 other operators that do way better than her for helping the team. And she does a very good ban rate as well. That's probably why people ban her, because she's just a really good operator. Now next we have 15th, we have Echo. Now Echo gets 15th mostly because his gun and his ability are very good. Now his secondary is okay. It's not the best secondary in the game, not by any means. So if they give him a better secondary, I could see him being a really good operator. And I don't think he can really do anything with his ability. He's only helpful in bomb, basically, which is what ranked is now. So, but the only way I would rank him higher is if he had a different secondary SMG, because his pistol's alright, but he should have something way better than what he has right now. And I don't think he should do anything to his ability. His ability is more OP as it is. Maybe make his time frame of warming up like a little bit faster, and that might be better, because it's just too slow now. It needs to be worked out a little more. So next we have Melusi in 14th. Now I know Melusi's very OP in that she's very annoying, but if you look at her ability, it really helps out the team when defending the objective. And when I said that one thing earlier in the video about Melusi, Ella, Frost, Capcan, Legion all on one door, and like Smoke all on one door, like you can easily make her the best operator, like trap wise in the game, because she's solely a trap operator basically. Because if you get in her slow trap, you're basically done for. And the fact that if you can probably put it on reinforced walls and make Mavic slower, and yeah, I think she'd be more OP if she made the utility go slower if you put on reinforcements. I'm not even sure that's a thing, but that would be kind of cool and probably more OP than what we have right now. So Melusi gets this placement mostly because she has like one of the best guns in the game. She has Legion's gun and has other guns as well. So she mostly gets 14th basically because of her weapons being like one of the best weapons in the game overall. So that's why she gets 14th. Next we have Maverick in 13th. Now Maverick has a good ability. I just wish it wasn't as hard to make a door on a reinforcement than it is right now. I wish you had more firepower so that you could get through a reinforcement like with less like firepower, less firepower. I wish it did more damage to the reinforcement so you can get through faster and get through with less firepower used. Then maybe it would be a good operator for maybe it would be a better operator than it is right now. But he's not really, I mean, he's used for that, but he's mostly used for making holes and making angles for the team to shoot through, like Cabana does. And the only real really good hard features are Thermite and Ace. And Cabana you'll see later in the video, but she's mostly for like Maverick. What Maverick does. Like, they mostly do the same thing. They make holes and angles for the team, and they go through the reinforcements pretty well, but not as well as Thermite or Ace do. So that's why Maverick gets 13th, and you'll see about it later in the video. So Maverick gets 13th, and you'll see about it later. Next we have Dokkaebi. Now, Dokkaebi is kind of annoying, but also very viable. Because if you can get control of the cameras, you can control Valk cameras, you can control both crew cameras, you can control the regular cameras. I'm not sure if you probably can control Maestro cameras just for a short period of time, like when you go on the phone thing maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. But you can basically control all the cameras in the game basically, I'm pretty sure. Which is very helpful for the team and easily gives the attackers the advantage on the game once Dokkaebi gets those cameras. But if she doesn't, then she's not that helpful. So it's kind of like a win-lose with Dokkaebi, because you need those cameras for her to do anything with her at all. But she gets this placement solely because she has a really good SMG and really good ability. If they made a DMR do a little more damage, it would probably be a little bit better than what it is right now. So that's why Dokkaebi gets 12th. So next we have Gridlock in 11th place. Now, Gridlock gets 11th place solely because of her traps doing 10 damage every time you get on one. That's a lot of damage. You can easily get killed from that, and you can easily not be able to actually get into the objective with that. And she gets three of the like onslaughts of them, which is like a lot of them. And the fact that she has a really good LMG and like really good shotgun, she just has really good ability. And in fact, the only thing that's really making her really bad is her speed. Everything else, she's like one of the best operators in the game, in my opinion. If they made her faster, like a 2-speed, everyone would probably be playing her, because she's a really good operator. And if they made her a 2-speed, that would just be really good for her. It wouldn't be broken, it wouldn't break the game at all, but it would be really good to do that for her. So that's why Gridlock is in 11th place, because she has really good guns and really good ability. It's just that she's way too slow, but she does help the team a lot. So yeah, that's why she gets that placement. Next we have Jaeger. Now Jaeger gets this placement mostly because his gun being way better than Wamai's, but his ability kind of lacking a little bit than Wamai, but he only gets a better placement than Wamai because of his better guns and the fact that he's a 2-speed. Well, they're both 2-speeds. The fact that he has better weapons and kind of a better pick rate, and like you can easily get really good in like gold and plat with Jaeger, it's really easy to play him. He's probably one of the easiest operators to play as a noob, and Wamai is too. But Jaeger's easier to play as a noob than Wamai. That's why Jaeger gets 10th place, and he's more helpful than Wamai, in my opinion. Because he has better guns, and the fact that it's not as hard. It's not. It's easier to place his things than it is Wamai, and the fact that Jaeger's doesn't actually destroy other people's stuff, which is why Jaeger gets higher than Wamai. Alright, next we have Mute. Now, Mute is probably the worst of the defending hard breacher ones, because there's Mute, there's Cade, and Bandit. Now, Mute is only in 9th place basically because his ability really is helpful, but his guns are lacking a little bit in like the fire rate and like the damage count, kind of. So they made his damage count a little bit higher and made his fire rate a little bit higher, and then probably he'd be a way better operator. Most of the people only use his shotgun, but if they made his SMG a little bit better, and maybe that would probably be really good. But right now, Mute gets his placement mostly because he's a really good operator and really helpful to the team when it comes to defending garage and defending even everything, because drones can't come in when he puts it down. Jackal's can't scan anyone in objective when that thing is down. When it's down. So basically Mute will be very helpful to the team in the drones, in Twitch drones, and in Jackal, and all hard features. He's a really good operator. So that's why he's in the top. That's why he's in the top 10. Next we have Ash. Now Ash is in 8th place mostly because she doesn't have ACOG anymore on her R4C. If she did, she'll probably be in the top 5, but still lower than Sophia, because Sophia is still better than her, in my opinion. But she has really good guns, really good ability. Her ability helps the team get angles and get in faster, but that's just it. If they made her able to, if they made Ash to a hard breacher with the same ability that she is right now, that would be kind of broken. But it would probably be broken, but it might be better, and more people will probably pick her. But you can balance that. You don't have to make it. You can make it like Ivana and like make little holes for it instead of big holes. So you can balance that out. Probably is a good idea for Ash if you just balance it out and make small holes. So, for that reason, I think 8th place is a pretty good spot for her. Next we have Sophia in 7th. Now, Sophia gets 7th place mostly because both her weapons, her LMG, her rifle, are both really good guns. Her pistol is like one of the best pistols in the game, and the fact that she gets a breach charge, explosions, and stun grenades makes her like one of the best operators in the game. But there are more operators that are more helpful than her, which is why she only gets 7th. But she has amazing guns, amazing ability, amazing everything. You can easily pick her up and get a lot of kills with her, and easily get an ace with her if you know what you're doing. Because she can destroy any utility pretty easily. She's like one of the only operators that can destroy a Maestro camera. I mean, like there's not many that can destroy a Maestro camera as easy as she does it, basically. And she can make Echo's thing easier to, like, if she like uses her stun grenades she can get into the objective easier, and Echo won't be able to really use his thing at all either. And she counters Clash, she counters a lot of operators, and she doesn't have many counters herself. I can't really think of any counters for her, except for maybe Jaeger and Wamai. That's about it. But if she uses her explosion thing on Wamai, it's game over, because it will destroy everything in the range of all the utility stuff. Like, when mine goes off, it destroys the Maestro stuff. So Sophia is a big counter to Wamai. But Wamai is a big counter to Sophia. So they kind of go off and on each other. So that's why Sophia gets 7th place. Next we have Habana in 6th. Habana gets 6th place mostly because her gun is really good, but her secondary is the same thing as Echo. It's not that good in my opinion. If they give her a better secondary, she'd be higher in this list. But she is a hard breacher, which is why she gets 6th place, because she helps the team so much in every map in the game, pretty much. So this is why she gets 6th place in the game. So yeah, next we have Thermite, and Thermite's a pretty good operator for basically any map in any scenario whatsoever. His ability is really good for reinforcements, and to go through reinforcements really well. He's probably the 2nd best hard breacher in the game. The only thing that doesn't make him higher on this list is that the fact that he needs Thatcher to help him to go through reinforcements. Any hard breacher does. So that's the only reason why he's not as high as he is on list. He's not any higher than 5th place, because he needs Thatcher to help him get anywhere in the map. Get anywhere to the objective. If the objective is blocked by reinforcements, he can't get in if Bandit if the thing is electrified. If the reinforcement is electrified, he can't get in without Thatcher. So without Thatcher, if that's the scenario, then Thermite is pretty much useless to the team. But his weapons are really good, and with Thatcher, then once he has Thatcher, he's really good. And if the team doesn't have a Bandit on your team, he's really good as well. So it's basically just he has a lot of counters. Bandit, Cade, Mute, probably Maluzi too, because they probably it might slow it down or something, or slow him down if it's on a reinforcement. Never actually tried, but this is why Thermite gets his placement, because of the way, just because he has good guns and good ability and good everything else. So that's why. Next we have Cade. Now Cade gets 4th place basically because his weapons are not as good as Bandit, and his pistol is not that good either. But his ability is one of the best abilities in the game, and it's very helpful for the team. Plus, you can put the thing underneath the reinforcement, and it will still work. That is pretty OP and pretty good, in my opinion. Although Thatcher still takes it out no matter what. So, Cade gets his placement mostly because he has worse guns than Bandit, and the fact that his ability is pretty good. But he has a lot of counters. He has Thatcher as a counter. He has Twitch as a counter. He has Callie as a counter. So he has a lot of counters, which is alright. But he gets his 4th place mostly because of his ability and his main weapon, and the fact that he's really helpful for the team. So yeah, he's pretty helpful. Next we have Ace. Now Ace gets this placement mostly because he's the best hard breacher in the game, and the fact that you really can't go do a range match without him, because you definitely need Ace. He's very helpful to the team. He's even more helpful with Thatcher. His hard breaching things faster than Thermite and more viable than Thermite, which is why you should definitely considering getting him, and in fact, and you should definitely have him on your team, no matter what, because he's just really helpful for your team, and ultimately will probably make you win the game if you have him as on your team. With that in mind, he has a really good weapon. He has one of the best weapons, which is Fuse's weapon, one of the best weapons in the game, in my opinion. He also has a good pistol, and his ability is just really good to use. He'll get you like to plat pretty easily. He's pretty easy to pick up as a noob, I think. It's not that hard to play him because there's no like strategic way to play him. Plus he has smoke grenades, and he's able to smoke out the reinforcement thing and maybe make it harder for people to see that he's actually hard breaching. So yeah, in that way he's actually a really good operator and deserves 3rd place. But he's not as good as the other 2 operators on this list. And if you haven't noticed yet, it's Thatcher and Bandit. Thatcher's better than him because he needs Thatcher to actually be good. But he's better than all the other operators because mainly his weapons and mainly his ability is better. But he needs Thatcher to be way better than he is without Thatcher. So that's why Thatcher gets 2nd place and Bandit gets 1st. Bandit is the ultimate counter to all hard breaching. Next we have Thatcher in 2nd place. Now Thatcher gets 2nd place mostly because his main weapon is really good, his pistol is really good, and his ability is one of the best abilities in the game. And ultimately, you need a Thatcher on your team if you want to get anywhere in the game. And the fact that he has a breach charge is also pretty good. If he had such as SMG secondary, that would make it even more better and probably make him 1st place on this list. So with that in mind, Thatcher gets 2nd place on this list, and maybe he'll go higher depending on your vote, because I think I might change stuff depending on your reasoning in the comments on this video. So right now, Thatcher's in 2nd place. I think this is a pretty good spot for him, for the fact that he's a really good operator that has really good guns, really good pistol, and basically counters a lot of operators, and basically counters every single operator pretty much, because his ability gets rid of your sight on your gun, or not your sight, but your radical thing on your gun, which makes you not be able to like see or shoot right or something like that. It affects your ability to work well with the gun. I'm thinking. My opinion. That's my opinion. So now, what y'all been waiting for is Bandit. 1st place is Bandit, mostly because his main weapon is really good, one of the best weapons in the game, and probably the best weapon in the game, in my opinion. His pistol's really good. His ability is probably the best ability in the game, because it's a counter to all the operators. It's a counter to every single operator in the game. A counter to all the high breaches in the game. The only operator that really counters him is Thatcher and Callie. And not many people pick Callie. They pick Thatcher mostly. But Bandit has better weapons than Thatcher, so that's why Bandit gets 1st place. And the fact that Thatcher can't really do anything by himself. He needs Thermite to help him do better in the game. So Bandit's the only one that is really doesn't need any help from any other operator to make him better. He's just perfect by himself. So this is why he gets 1st place on this list. And yeah, he's a really good operator, has really good guns, really good pistol, So yeah, if you think that he's not first place material, then comment below what operator you think is first place material. And yeah, he's a pretty good operator. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Now, sometimes they'll probably add more operators in this list eventually to the game, and then I'll change it then. So yeah, then once they add more operators to the game, I'll change this list a little bit so that I can be up to date with all the new operators in this game, and hopefully they make better operators or more creative operators so that this list will be more like interesting, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, all the operators are really good and really creative, and it's only gonna get more creative as the game goes on. But anyways, if you think I should change this list in any way, shape, or form, comment down below the operator I should change and your reasoning behind it, and I'll put that operator higher on the list. But you have to have a very good reasoning to why I should move the operator higher or lower. Maybe you think one of the operators is way too high and you want it lower. Comment down below your opinion and your reasoning behind the operator that you want me to change, and I'll consider changing it. But with that, this is the end of the video, basically. So yeah, so comment down below what operator you think I should change to be lower or higher on this list. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, racers. I'll see you in the third video with all the operators on that list in the game. So with that, peace out, racers, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be a little bit later. And that's the third video with all the operators on the list, with all the operators in the game from 57th to 1st. So I'll see you in that video. Peace out, racers.